Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie. It's time for a haul. This is my haul for technically February and March. I got one book in Feb as well as a tiny little romance haul that I did. I'll link that one below, but other than that I got one book, but I think I got like 25 in March. We're going to talk about that in a second and we're going to jump in with it. I will say most of these are secondhand, either from op shops or from a book event that I went to. And some of the new ones were heavily discounted. There were a few gifts and I think there were about 2 that I paid full price for. So this isn't terrible, but there's a lot of them, so we're going to get into it, and I think we will actually start with the new books and then we'll go into the secondhand ones. Let's just start with the one book that I got in Feb. One afternoon I was at work when my friend Eli messaged me this link to a Aesop queer library. So Aesop is I think Melbourne created skincare brand, and their stores are kind of like everywhere, and they, I believe, do this every year in which they have a bunch of queer books in one of their stores and you are able to get one for free, which is pretty cool. So I went there after work. I spent probably about an hour lining up, but it was worth it because the book that I got was Enclave by Claire G. Coleman, which I had already known that I wanted to buy in, I don't know, maybe a couple of months or so, because it's one of the bigger ones. It's about $33. So I was just kind of holding off for the smaller version to come out, or to see it discounted or something like that. Pretty happy that I managed to grab a copy for free, and it's beautiful. I'm excited and I may end up reading it super soon. We'll see. There's a possibility that it will be included in something. So that was the one that I got in Feb, and now the rest are for March. So I found these 2. These were heavily discounted at a local Dimmicks. So this first one is Sex at Dawn, How We Mate, Why We Stray, and What It Means for Modern Sexuality by Christopher Ryan and Casilda Jetha. And I also got How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. So these were on sale for, I think, like $10 or $15 each. I don't know why. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. There is no marks or rips or anything. The only thing is the crosses over the barcodes. But yeah, pretty excited to get those 2, especially a hardcover for that amount here is like unheard of. Okay, so I technically didn't even get any of these for full price because I ended up using some Dimmicks loyalty points to get myself a copy of I Have Some Questions for You by Rebecca McKay, which is one of my most anticipated books of the year. I have already started it. I started it like the day I bought it, and I read, I think, 20 pages and was like, this is incredible. I already can tell this is going to be one of my favorites of the year. And then I just got so bogged down in reading other things that I didn't get to come back to it. So hopefully this will be something that I have time for in April. We'll see how we go with that. I hope so, because I'm super excited for this. And then the last 2 new ones were actually a very late Christmas gift from my best friend Angel. We've seen each other multiple times between Christmas and now, but we've just, usually we will do like lunch, we'll do like our lunch break together. So we don't usually take Christmas gifts to work with us. So we finally managed to swap what we bought each other. And yes, Angel bought me 2 books. The first of which is The Dragon's Bride by Katie Robert. I've already read this one, absolutely loved it. And I'd been talking to Angel about months and months ago. I was like, I'm gonna buy myself a physical copy. Like, I need a physical copy of this. It's so beautiful. I love this cover. Literally one of my favorite covers ever. And I'm just gonna hold off, and like I might like, you know, I might buy it for myself for my birthday, or you know, if I have one of those months where I don't really buy too many books, and then she bought it for me, which is, I'm so excited. I think I'm going to end up rereading this. I don't really know when, but I do want to continue with the series. So I think I will reread this and then do that. And then keeping with the theme, she also got me The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill, which, you know, very different vibe, but both dragons. We can make it work. So this is a sweet little graphic novel. It's like tiny, but I am super excited. I haven't read this one before. Oh, I think I saw the word guess. I was gonna say, I thought I saw the word Earl Grey. And there it is. This is the Earl Grey Tea Dragon. It says, Earl Grey tea dragons are affectionately referred to by enthusiasts as little grandpas. And honestly, that's my vibe. I don't know about grandpa, but I'd go like elderly woman. That's my vibe. Super excited for this. Literally cannot wait. So those are the new ones. Let's move these and let's get into the stack of secondhand ones. So first up, I have a bunch here that I've just bought from a whole bunch of different places recently. I think there's about 2 op shops, 1 just secondhand bookstore, and then also I made an order with Thrift Books. I think that's the name. So let's talk about those ones first. I bought the entire series of Samantha Jacks by Anne Aguirre, or rather I bought the entire rest of the series. I had read book 1, Grim Space, at the end of Feb, I think, mid-Feb, sometime in Feb, and I absolutely loved it. Actually, I think it's early Feb. Anyway, just that's beside the point. Absolutely loved it. At the time, Anne Aguirre was meant to be attending Rare, and I think 2 days before these books arrived, she had to drop out, which is so sad. I was devastated, but I have them all. I'm super excited, and yes, so these ones are Wanderlust, Aftermath, Double Blind, Killbox, and Endgame. And I am incredibly excited to continue this series. Again, hoping maybe in April, but I feel like it's probably going to be May at this stage. Well, I mean, sticking with the Rare theme, I guess, I found myself a copy of Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne, who is also due to be there. I have the Hating Game. It's up here at the moment, and I thought I saw this one for a few dollars that I would get it, and then if I end up really enjoying them, then that's cool and I can meet her there. That's the entire thought process. And then just some random ones here. This is not a book about Benedict Cumberbatch by Tabitha Carvan. I have seen this one many times and I've always found the title kind of funny, and I think this is a beautiful cover. with like the flowers and the like orange. Stunning. This is about, it says, women and what we love, about what happens to women's passions after we leave adolescence and how the space for joy in our lives is squeezed even smaller as we age and why. And I thought that would be an interesting read, and it was $1, so figured it was worth it. Okay, I have Prayers for the Stolen by Jennifer Clement. So this is set in Mexico, and I believe it follows a young girl who is basically just trying to survive. And again, it was $1, and I thought, why not? Next up, I have Here for the Right Reasons by Jodie McAllister, which I am super excited about. I believe this is it's like a bachelorette show. This is a romance, and the main character goes on the show. I think maybe there's something that goes wrong on the set. It says that it's shut down unexpectedly, and the two characters find themselves spending more time together than they anticipated, which sounds really cool. And then finally for this section, I have The Bone Woman by Clea Koff, which is a book that I had put on my Eurovision-a-thon TBR and was like, probably never going to find this, so I'm just going to put it on there, and then if by some miracle I do, I'll read it. And then a couple of days later I went to a secondhand bookstore, and lo and behold, here it was. I want to say this was like 50 or 70, something ridiculous on Amazon and everywhere else. And there it was, secondhand. I couldn't believe it. And it's in like pretty good condition. There's a few bumps and whatnot, but this will be my book for Croatia, and I will talk more about it in my TBR, which should be up in a couple of days' time. And then finally, over the weekend, I went to Clunes Book Festival, which is a secondhand book event and author talks and etc. in this town called Clunes in sort of country Victoria. I think this is about the, I don't know, 5th or 6th, maybe 7th time that I've been to this event. And honestly, this year wasn't that good in terms of, I just didn't have much luck finding things. I have a few here. Literally the last bookstall that my partner and I went to, I hit the jackpot in. But before that, I really hadn't got anything, and I was starting to feel a bit sad. My partner also only managed to find about 3 books that he wanted, so we just weren't having luck. But let's get into the ones I have. So the first one I actually picked up on the day was The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Attier. This was popular a couple of years ago on BookTube. I never read it. I was interested in it, but I feel like at the time it was ridiculously hard to get here. Maybe they hadn't sold the rights yet or something, and then by the time it did come here, I wasn't super excited about it anymore. But again, I think this was about $2. The money for this one went to charity, so why not? And I'm excited for it. We'll see how we go with it. I did buy one. There were a bunch of indie authors there selling their books, and I did buy one of those. So this is Eternal Covenant by KG Inglis. This is paranormal romance. I think she pitched it to me as like, I can't remember. She did pitch this to me as something meets something. I think it was like True Blood meets something, and I was like, honestly, you had me at paranormal romance. You didn't really need to add any of that. So this is the first book in this series, and I thought, why not? I would give it a go. And yes, more thoughts on this soon. I think I'm probably going to end up saving this for Indie Accords because I don't imagine that I will have time to get to it before July, and like might as well kind of set a time for it so that it doesn't just sit there forever. Okay, so and then we hit that jackpot at the end. The first one that I found was The Untamed Bride by Stephanie Lawrence. Last year, I think I ended up with 2 or 3 Stephanie Lawrence books from this event alone. And this one is in a completely unrelated series. It is the first book in the Black Cobra Quartet. I have been reading the Sinster series. So I don't know when I will get to this one, but it's basically in perfect condition apart from like a slight mark on the cover. No, on the pages, in fact. It doesn't look like it's been read. So I like Stephanie Lawrence. Again, thought I'd give it a shot. Okay, and then I found these two. This is Atlas Rising and Atlas Awakening by Alyssa Day. These are, I believe, the first 2 books. This is definitely the first one. Unsure if this might be later in the series, but this is the Warriors of Poseidon series. And I had originally heard of this because Alyssa Day was meant to be going to either Rare or Babe. She dropped out probably like 6 months ago, but her books interested me. So they'd been still on my radar. When I saw them there, I was like, well, I've got to get them. So I did. Super excited. Very much looking forward to these ones. I know this is unrelated, but I love the Atlantis movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. So I am excited for that kind of setting and to see how it may be done in a romance story with a more, adult focus than the Disney movie. And then, nope, we have one other one to show you first before we get into the really good stuff. But this is No Rest for the Wicked by Kresley Cole. I bought this one because it said that it was a new series from Kresley Cole, and I was like, oh cool, I'll grab that, and it's the first book in the series and it'll be great. And then I realized it's the second in the series, but this happens to be the same series that I actually own the first book from. So I own, I think it's A Hunger Like No Other. So I own that one, haven't read it, and this is the second. So hopefully I enjoy that first one and I will move on to this second one. And then finally, I found these 4 and honestly was so excited. So excited. Nalini Singh. So this is the Psy Changeling series. I think it's like book 6, 7, 8, and 9 from memory, but this is not in order, I should say. This is Blaze of Memory. Actually, it might be in order. Bonds of Justice, Play of Passion, and Branded by Fire. So I'm up to book 5. I had borrowed the next 3 from Angel because I just couldn't find them anywhere. And then these 2, I believe, are 2 of the ones that I borrowed from her. So I was like, fantastic, I can read them. I can give those ones back to her and I don't have to stress about returning them to her. So super excited for those. And then when I saw these 2, I didn't know what books they were in the series, but I was like, I'm just gonna grab them and it'll be totally fine. So glad that I ended up doing that. It actually kind of works out perfectly because now I'm missing just book 5, which I'm currently reading, borrowed from Angel, and then I'm missing 1 book, I think it's book 10, and then I have the next book in the series already, which I think I bought early last year. So I've got a few that I can kind of go through. So that is all nice long haul for you all. But that's it. Honestly, there were a bunch of books I thought I was going to be buying this month that I didn't, and I didn't anticipate buying any of these apart from one, which was the Rebecca McKay. So excited to have them, excited to read them shortly, and that's it for today. I will see you all next time. Got a pretty exciting video coming up next, so I'll see you all then. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!